They lost Luka and Reeves, and everyone counted them out. Now the Lakers are up 2-0 and completely rewriting the series script.
They're dangerous in a way that we didn't really realize in this Houston series. LeBron, 24-0 when he and his teams are up 2-0 in the playoff series. So that right there, to me, we're not going to see any historical break. The question is, can they do this long enough to get either Luka or Austin Reeves back in the lineup?
Kevin Durant had a playoff career-high 9 turnovers in Game 2 in Game 1. The Houston Rockets actually scored more points without him, 98, than in Game 2 with him, 94. Meanwhile, a 41-year-old LeBron James made history in Game 1 by getting 8 assists in just the first quarter, the most he's ever had in a single playoff quarter in his entire career. These are things nobody expected, but they are happening anyway.
The switch with Şengün. LeBron says, I'll just pull up again from right here. Why not?
You might not want to upset that man.
15 out of 16 ESPN experts picked the Rockets to win the series. Stephen A. Smith even said on live TV that it was almost impossible for the Lakers to beat Houston. Vegas also had the Rockets as heavy favorites. At the time, it made sense. The Lakers were missing Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, both out with grade 2 muscle strains they picked up in OKC on the same night. That took away about 56 points per game from their offense. Meanwhile, the Rockets were built to take advantage of short-handed and smaller lineups. But after 2 games, the Lakers shockingly lead the series 2-0.
Right pass.
Quick first step, reverse dunk. He still does that, by the way. That quick first step right here.
Oh, beautiful. Look at the dunk.
Now,
This isn't a Lakers are back parade time situation. They beat the Rockets in Game 1 without KD, and they also shot way above their normal level in that game. If they end up winning this series, Oklahoma City will probably end their run quickly in the next round anyway. But the real story isn't just they got hot and won. What's happening is more interesting. Right now, the Lakers don't even look like the same team from the regular season. It looks like JJ Redick basically rebuilt the team in just about 10 days. Here's what happened. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves both got hurt in the same game, a bad loss to OKC on April 2nd. When the scans came back, it was serious. Luka had a grade 2 hamstring injury, and Reeves had a grade 2 oblique strain. Both were expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. Almost everyone in the media picked Houston to win the series, 15 out of 16 experts. Most predictions were Rockets in 5, 6, or 7 games, and the logic made sense. Houston is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the league and has big physical players like Durant and Şengün. Amen Thompson also puts constant pressure at the rim. On paper, the Lakers looked too small and too short-handed. But Game 1 completely flipped things. The Lakers shot 60% from the field and had an effective field goal percentage of 68%, which is a franchise playoff record. The difference between their expected and actual shooting was plus 16.7%, the biggest playoff overperformance since tracking began in 2013. Even role players like Luke Kennard went perfect from 3, hitting all 5 of his attempts. And that's why this series suddenly feels so strange and so interesting.
by Smith. Kennard tries a 3. Got it! Kennard's...
They still won Game 1 by 9 points even though they had 20 turnovers and gave up 20 offensive rebounds. Game 2 was more interesting. Kevin Durant returned, and the Lakers' hot shooting cooled off. But they still found a way to win. They built a 15-point lead in the first half. Their defense held strong when Houston tied the game in the third quarter. And in the final 5 minutes, LeBron James and Marcus Smart took control. LeBron finished with 28 points, Marcus Smart had 25, and Luke Kennard added 23. The final score was 101-94. But the key stat from Game 2 is this. Houston scored 98 points in Game 1 without Kevin Durant, and only 94 in Game 2 with him playing. So even adding one of the greatest scorers ever actually didn't improve their offense. The simple take is that the Lakers got lucky in Game 1 and benefited from Durant struggling in Game 2. That's partly true. His 9 turnovers won't happen often, and Houston might win Game 2 if he plays normally. But if you only focus on shooting luck in Durant's bad game, you miss the bigger picture. JJ Redick has clearly adjusted the Lakers system in a way that is confusing Houston. They didn't just win Game 1 by shooting well. They won Game 2 by defending hard, playing smart in the clutch, and relying on a 41-year-old LeBron to still be the best player on the floor when it mattered. Two different types of wins in the same series, and it doesn't look accidental. And Redick's previous playoff run last year ended when Minnesota physically overpowered the Lakers in 5 games. When Luka and Reeves went down, JJ Redick had 2 choices that he could try to patch things up and replace them, or he could completely rebuild the system around the players he still had. He chose to rebuild after Game 1. He said, "There's beauty in simplicity and there's beauty in clarity. That's what we tried to create for our guys." The plan was simple on paper: take care of the ball and box out. They actually did both poorly in Game 1 and still won. So the real focus became the defensive scheme. And that's what has shaped the entire series. Redick built the defense around 3 main ideas. First, Alperen Sengun. The Lakers put DeAndre Ayton on him one-on-one, fronted him in the post with help behind, and switched aggressively on screens. The goal was to force him into mid-range shots. He went 6-for-9 in Game 1, but also missed 8 straight shots at one point. Second, Amen Thompson. His deadly in transition, so the Lakers picked him up early, built a wall in the paint, and dared him to shoot from outside. In Game 1, he missed all his attempts from beyond the paint and didn't punish them from deep. Third, the three-point line. Houston gets a lot of threes off offensive rebounds, so the Lakers closed out hard on shooters and tried to take away clean looks. The Rockets shot 33% from 3 in Game 1 and 40% in Game 2. Decent volume, but not enough to overcome their struggles elsewhere, and everything started to connect. In Game 1, LeBron had 8 assists in the first quarter, the most he's ever had in a playoff quarter, and it wasn't forced. It came from the system working, getting players like Luke Kennard into rhythm early. That's how Ayton got going. That's also how Marcus Smart and Hakim Ura were able to have their games set up before the second quarter even started. What makes this work is the fit of the roster. Ayton can handle Sengun one-on-one, so the Lakers don't need to constantly help and leave shooters open. Vanderbilt and Hakim Ura give them versatile wings who can guard multiple positions. Marcus Smart is the disruptor. He pressures Durant and breaks up pick and rolls before they can develop. On offense, Redick made another key choice that doesn't get as much attention. Luke Kennard has the green light. If he's open, he shoots. That's the offense now. Simple and clay. LeBron controls everything. Kennard spaces the floor. Smart steps in when LeBron rests. It's not complicated. And that's exactly the point. Houston struggles with it because there's nothing complex to game plan against. Just spacing, movement, and decision-making. The main takeaway is that Redick looked at his injured roster, accepted what he didn't have anymore, and built around what he did have. In doing that, he also exposed a problem for Houston. When Sengun and Thompson are forced into jump shots, the Rockets don't have enough shot creators to survive a full playoff series. Prize Picks is available in many states, including California, Texas, and Florida. So if you want to join the playoff action, you can use the link in the description and sign up with code HMA. If you enter a $5 lineup, Prize Picks will give you $50 in lineup credits to play with. Now back to the basketball. Here's the part that's tough for Rockets fans to watch. Houston keeps trapping LeBron and switching Kevin Durant onto him, and both decisions are hurting them. Trapping LeBron is risky because it basically asks him to read the floor. At this stage of his career, he's not trying to score 40 points by forcing shots. He's looking for the right pass, and he almost always finds it. Instead of stopping him, the trap just turns into easy assists for his teammates. Then there's the Durant on LeBron matchup. Durant is 7 feet tall, which makes it hard to fight through screens. The Lakers keep putting LeBron in pick-and-roll situations where Durant either gets pulled into space or forces a rotation. That creates openings. It's not that Durant is a bad defender. It's just a tough assignment when LeBron's game is built around reading defenses and punishing rotations. The same issue shows up when Sengun gets switched onto LeBron. Every time it happens, he looks for help, which leads to more rotations, and that leads to open shooters like Kennard getting clean three-point looks. Houston's own defensive choices are basically creating the Lakers' offense.